Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new, my name is Kimberly and I'm going to be making videos every Tuesday and Friday. So if you guys are up for that, please subscribe to my channel. I would highly appreciate it. I would also leave all of my social media down below so you guys can follow me. If you guys are a YouTuber as well and you guys are trying to get more subscribers, feel free to subscribe to me. I will subscribe back. I am all for that. Anyways, as you guys can tell by this video, this is kind of a story time. Basically, I wanted to explain to you guys who the guy in my last video was. His name, I named him Matthew. Obviously, I'm not going to give his real information because even though even though we're not still in contact, you have to protect some people's privacy, because even though we're not still in contact, I know a lot of people who know him, so I don't want that to sound bad to him or anybody who you know, can get in contact with him or anything like that. Anyways, I just want to protect his privacy. Let's just keep it simple. Today I want to just basically tell you guys all about our relationship, and because, you know, I kind of said it was kind of fucked up, so I kind of wanted to explain that a little bit more. So me and Matthew actually met in junior high school. It was my 6th grade. So yeah, I went to a different middle school every single year. Like there's 3 years in middle school. There's 6th grade, 7th grade, and 8th grade. Each year I went to a different middle school, and I'll probably get into all of that in a later video because it's kind of hard for me to talk about. But yeah, so let me just explain Matthew and me. Let me not get into a whole bunch of other things like I always do. So we met in middle school. It was 6th grade. I didn't care for him at all. Like, we had nothing in common. We had no friends in common. Let me just put that out there as well. We had literally nothing in common. We were 2 separate people living 2 separate lives. We never really talked. I knew of him, but I never knew exactly who he was. So we met in middle school, and then you know, I left the school, and then I went on to do my life, lived a life. And then in high school, my freshman year, you guys know that I wasn't the best person in freshman year, and I was just doing all this crazy stuff. So when I was hanging out with the crew that I spoke to you guys about not too long ago in another video, you know, I was kind of like not going to class and all this other things. One of the girls in that group, I was really close to her. I'm not gonna say who her name is. Her name is gonna be Lydian. I don't know where that name came from, but her name is gonna be Lydian in this video. So me and Lydian were actually hanging out at like the corner of my high school. And me and Lydian didn't go to the same high school, actually. We went to the same building, but we weren't in the same school. So I just knew everybody. So me and her were on the corner. We were like, she was like eating a bagel. I don't know, it was like morning before class, and she's like, oh, I'm like, hey, what are you doing? She's like, oh, I'm just waiting for my cousin. I'm like, oh, okay, do you want me to wait with you? I have nothing else to do. She's like, sure, if you want to. Like, I'm not gonna tell you not to wait with me. So I get in, yeah, so me and her just standing there talking shit, doing what girls do, talk about guys and all this other stuff. And then her cousin comes up, and I'm like, yo, this guy looks so familiar. Where do I know him? And he looked really nice. Like, I'm like, wow, time did you good. When I found out who he was, I was like, wow, time did him real good. And he looks like a full person. So yeah, so I'm like staring at him, and he's like, hey, I know you from middle school. I'm like, yeah, you do. And I'm over here trying to flirt and stuff. So then we started talking, and I guess I hung out with them for that day. So he reached out to me. I don't know how he reached out to me. I don't know if it was like AIM. I don't know if it was like MySpace or Facebook. I have no idea. But we eventually started, I mean, I knew at the time, I just forgot. We eventually just started talking again, and I'm just like, okay, this guy is kind of pretty cool. And then he asks me out. So I'm like, okay, perfect, yeah, definitely, I'll go out with you, because obviously I had my whole other life in high school, and I just had my boyfriend. So he became my boyfriend, and I was obsessed with this guy, you guys. I was head over heels for this guy. At first, I'm like, ew, I don't really like him. I'm gonna talk to other guys anyway. Like, and then I just got so crazy over him. And I don't know what happened. He used to go to he went to a completely different high school, not even in the building. And we would hang out more often, and then I kind of felt like he was kind of drifting away in a way, and he was doing things that I didn't approve of, because even though we weren't the best behaved, there was some borders to what I approved of and what I didn't approve of. One of the things I didn't approve of was people who smoked. And I'm not talking about like cigarettes or anything. You guys know what I mean. I'm talking about weed. I did not approve of people who smoke weed. I did not want to be affiliated with anything like that. My views are probably still the same. I'm kind of a little bit more open to like medical reasons and all that stuff now. I don't need a whole essay about how it's good and all that stuff. I really have my strong opinions on it, and it's only based on how I feel about it, how I've seen people on it, and that's just my opinion. But anyways, he was doing that, and I really wasn't feeling it, so I kind of wanted to pull myself away in a way that it didn't feel like I was forcing him to be who, you know, I wanted him to be instead of who he is. So I was kind of drifting away a little bit in a nice, calm, kind of like, okay, have fun at school today, and then not write to him all day. But I don't know, I guess he kind of noticed but didn't really care, didn't put the effort in trying to make things work between us. So I just kind of kept on drifting away slowly, not putting him on my away messages, because you guys know that was so freaking popular back in the day. The picture that I put on my like main picture was just me, so it looked like I was completely single. And then one day I'm talking to him, and at this point I had a computer in my room, but it was like a desktop. So I'm sitting on the desktop, my mom's in the room, and so I really can't act like something is bothering me or anything like that, because I wasn't allowed to date. So I'm on the computer, and he's like, hey. I'm like, hey. He's like, we need to talk. And at this point I'm like, oh shit. So I obviously wanted the relationship to end based on my actions, but once he actually told me like, hey, we need to talk, my heart just fell to the ground, and I was doing everything in my power to not let him finish, because I don't know, the way that I see myself is, you cannot, well, this is how I was back in high school. You cannot leave me. I need to leave you. That is just the way my childish mind thought at the time. Like, we're gonna make this work right now, and then later on, I'm leaving you. So, no, that didn't happen. It didn't happen as planned, and that, I think, is what bothered me the most. It wasn't so much that our relationship was over, and I know this is completely unhealthy, so this is why you guys need to learn from this. It wasn't so much that I missed him or anything like that, because I didn't want to be with him. I did not want to be with him, but I didn't want him to leave me. Can you guys believe anybody who was that selfish? But anyways, we made it work for that time. I didn't let him finish saying that what I know he was gonna say. So then we just continued to, you know, date like we used to in the beginning, and we acted like everything was okay. So that was like, you know, when you think of a roller coaster, that was like the first drop. Then you go back up, and you know, we're getting older. This all happened within like maybe 7 months, I want to say. All of this that I'm gonna tell you guys happened within like 7 months. So there was this time where he was like really high, and I didn't know that at the time, but it was in the middle of the day, and I had stayed home because I think I was sick, or I had a doctor's appointment or something. I don't know. I know I had permission. I wasn't cutting school or anything, because my mom was like there with me. So I'm at home, and it's like the middle of the day, so he's supposed to be in school, but of course he wasn't. And he texts me, and he's like, okay, this time I'm for real, we need to break up. I'm like, are you kidding me? He's like, yeah, I'm totally joking, we're not breaking up. I was like, okay. So I got dumped, then I didn't get dumped, and then he hits me with the, no, actually I am serious, I am so sorry, Kimberly, to be doing this to you. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what person puts up with that? And I'm just like I was in so much shock, you guys. I just did not know what to do. Like, I'm like, did this kid just break up with me, get back together with me, and break up with me all in like this one little... So my roller coaster that was down, going up went like this. Like literally, I'm like... I didn't even know what to say. You guys, I did not know what to say back to him, because I'm like, did this motherfucker just... I didn't even write back. I just closed everything and I just sat on my bed and I'm just like, what do I do? So I'm just like, okay, Kimberly, do everything in your power not to curse this motherfucker out, because you know you got away with words and you about to curse him out. So relax, take a breather. No, Kimberly did not listen to her own fucking self, and she went on her phone and she cursed him out like there was no tomorrow, cursed his mama out, cursed his siblings out, cursed his cousin out. Like I probably cursed him enough to use every single freaking word in the freaking dictionary. I can't believe I forgot that word. In the freaking dictionary. I probably used every single fucking curse word there was to insult this man, this kid, this boy. And then so I'm like, okay, whatever, we got over that. We didn't speak for a little while, and then he hits me. He hits me up while I'm with somebody, or at this point, this person I'm gonna name... Damn. At this point, I was in a relationship with this kid named Steph. This is 10th grade now. I was obsessed with Steph. Well, not really. Me and Steph, that's a whole nother fucking video, you guys. I'm gonna explain this to you guys, I promise. So I'm in a relationship with Steph, and I get this message from him because I still had him on AIM, and this was like the time that I had my little psychic. So I get this message from him. He's like, hey, I miss you. I'm like, dude, do you know how much time passed by? How dare you message me while I'm in a relationship? You see that I'm in a relationship because, you know, everything was AIM public. I'm in a relationship with Steph. Why are you hitting me up now? And he was just like, you know, we should hang out. I'm doing a lot better. I'm not smoking anymore, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, fine, cool. We can hang out. So we go to this... we go to the park that's at the corner of my school, which was like, Kimberly, what the fuck? But apparently I'm like a child and I don't care. So we're at the park and we're sitting down and we're talking about everything that went wrong with our relationship, because we're mature adults now. And we talked about it, and he explains to me, he was like, listen, I honestly did not want to break up with you, but I could see that you were not happy, and I thought that was the best for you. At the time I was really high and I kind of regretted breaking up with you, but it was because I didn't want to, but I knew I had to. So I kind of respected that in a little bit. Like, at least he explained to me what happened. But I'm like, dude, you were the first person in the world, and the last person, because I'm never letting that happen again. If you tell me it's over, bye. Like, I swear to God, I'm never writing back. So whatever. So we got over it, and then I'm like, you know I'm in a relationship with the Steph, right? And he's like, who the hell is that? And I don't care. I'm like, okay, whatever. So yes, I was talking to both of them at the same time. Matthew knew about Steph. Steph had absolutely no idea who the hell Matthew was, and he didn't care because, okay, this is what happened. I was on the chair, on this bench with Matthew, and we were talking about, like, you know, our relationship and stuff, and he's like, hey, wanna make out? And I'm like, sure. And then he bit my lip so freaking hard that it was so swollen, and I had to go back to school like that. And all of my girlfriends noticed. She, like, one of my friends, her name, I'm not gonna say, it's gonna be Susie. Susie goes up to me and she's like, your lip is so swollen. Who the hell were you making out with? I'm like, oh my God, you can tell? She's like, yeah, it's so noticeable. You look like you got stung by a bee. I'm like, oh. And I was gonna see Steph the next period. So I'm like, oh my God, what if he notices? No, his stupid ass did not notice, because Steph did not give two shits about me. So we just went on to do whatever. So eventually me and Steph broke up. Eventually me and Matthew stopped talking. But me and Matthew actually became really close friends, and he, you know, he met my brother. My brother was like crazy over him because they were so bad, just like doing bad stuff, and they were like joking around with me, like acting like two brothers and one sister, you know, just so just picking on your sister and everything like that. So I guess it was cool, whatever. He's a cool dude. More recently though with him, what happened was his girlfriend, I guess, because she lives in like, they live in like Texas now, she texted me and she was like, stop talking to him. I'm like, bitch, that message is from like 3 years ago. Can you like read your shit before you blast on someone? But yeah, I guess I just wanted to explain to you guys who Matthew was. Now I have to make another story time about who Steph was. Oh my god. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I want you guys to know that I was young. I grew out of that. I no longer do stupid shit like that. Kind of. Not in that way anyways. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Like this video if you like it. I would love to know your crazy boyfriend experiences because I just love reading stuff. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!